You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
You are now tuned in to the number one podcast in the world, The Wait, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to The Wait, and today we're going to talk about the MLB postseason, NBA preseason, and I'm your host, Eli. To the left of me is my dad, my co-host.
What up, podcast world? Welcome to another episode of The Wait, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. How you feeling, young man?
Feeling good. We had a big party last weekend, Saturday.
Tell us all about it. How was it?
It was good. I pretty much liked all the undercards except for the main event, just because I felt like Conor McGregor was getting out-wrestled by Khabib.
Mm-hmm.
But Conor did outbox Khabib like 3 to 4 rounds.
Well, it was a 4-round fight, and I thought boxing-wise, Conor was in his game.
Right. He got demolished in the second round.
But the second round, he really got outworked.
Yeah.
Period.
And then Khabib, well, and I'm throwing away the first round because Khabib just had him in that lock for 5 minutes and didn't move.
But it was a part of the game plan to wear him down.
Right. Because that did take a lot of energy, but that took a lot of energy out of both of them. And then Khabib was trying to win it in the second round by punching him on the ground. And, surprisingly, they didn't really call it because McGregor's boxing was bad. But he kind of seemed too cocky to me in terms of he was just, like, waiting for the hit. And,
absolutely. And I think with Conor, he should have took a couple of fights first.
Right, a couple of bonus fights.
Makeup fights first. Because I don't think he was ready to
fight Khabib, yeah.
I don't think he was ready to fight.
And I feel like Dana White was feeding up on the hype.
So it was a money grab.
It was a money because prior to this fight, they did have an incident where Conor threw, I think, a girdle at the bus. The glass broke, and he kind of got suspended and whatnot. So
right. So overall, exciting. I'm not a big UFC fan. But that was the first time I really sat back and enjoyed what I was seeing.
Right, yeah. I'm definitely officially a fan now. Like, I like the real life. I've always played the video games for years, but watching it live is a totally different aspect of the sport.
Absolutely. So with that being said, what do we have going on this week? Week 5
podcast. We have the Dodgers advancing. They beat the Braves 3-1. They were just a better team.
Overall better team. Pitching, hitting.
Yeah, pitching, hitting. I feel like the Braves did get a little comfortable with the 2-1 lead because they did win Game 3. It was in their building.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big grand slam that gave them the comfort zone now.
Right.
And even after that happened, the Dodgers made it 5-5, and then they got a bottom of the 7th home run.
So they barely won that game.
Right.
And the Dodgers did not look worried for Game 4.
Right.
They looked like they can come in, handle their business,
right.
And they did just that.
Yeah, they did just that. The Brewers beat the Rockies 3-0. They swept them.
That was the weakest series to me because no one really wanted to see much of that series.
Yeah, I think we would have been better with the Cubs.
Right. We were hoping the Cubs.
That was a divisional game. The Cubs had a 4-game lead on the Brewers right before the playoffs had started, and then they lost it the very last game.
Right.
In Chicago.
Absolutely.
And,
And we thought for the ratings, if nothing else.
Right.
That the Cubs would have been a better series.
Right.
Because then you have Cubs-Dodgers going right now.
Right.
And, then that would have made it for a better series. But we have...
No, I don't think the Brewers would have beaten the Cubs, though.
That's what I'm saying. We'd have had the Cubs would have beat the Brewers.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We'd have had Brewers and Dodgers going at it.
Yeah.
To see who goes to the World Series.
And, sorry, go ahead.
No, and so Manny Machado goes from the last place team, the Baltimore Orioles,
right, to the
LA Dodgers cross country,
right,
hits a 3-run shot to seal it last night, and he's in a great position now.
Yeah, he definitely is. He has 2 choices. He can either stay in LA or go to New York because you're not gonna turn down the Yankees.
But LA
is LA.
LA is maybe the only city that you'll turn down the Yankees for.
Right. You have the Rams, you got the Dodgers, you got LeBron going to the Lakers.
Absolutely.
And the weather, and I don't know about the taxes. I know in Houston and other places they have a tax break. Right.
Florida, they don't have no taxes, so
Okay.
Astros beat the Indians. They swept them.
That was easy work.
Yeah, their pitching is outstanding.
And remember, they were in the World Series last year, so that experience and hunger to get back.
There's a more chance that we'll get the rematch than another just matchup between the Dodgers.
Oh,
and the Astros.
it's possible. It's possible.
And then we have Game 4 tonight with the Red Sox and Yankees. It's looking dire for the Yankees. They got demolished yesterday, 16-1. We even allowed Holtz to get a cycle.
Yeah, he hit for and that's a base hit, a double, a triple, and a home run, and that is amazing in itself.
And Severino,
the first in history. How about that?
Yeah, the first in postseason history, and they put the reliever in a bad situation because the bases were loaded. Mm-hmm. Severino already let up 3 runs, so it was already 3-0, and then just
Severino
and no outs.
Severino's been letting us down.
Yeah, but that was the first game.
No, last year. Remember last year in the play-in game, he got yanked in the first inning.
Yeah,
he gave up 3 or 4 runs
against the Twins.
And those are big games.
He struggled in Game 7 against the Astros.
Those are defining games, and I don't think he's ready for the moment.
Yeah, so we need a brand new ace. I mean, and yeah.
Let's talk about some of the excitement that goes on.
Right.
There's been a conversation going on in baseball.
Right, about the unwritten rules.
The unwritten rules, and the new players are flipping backs.
Right, the young guys are
ripping shirts.
Yeah.
They're trying to make the game a little bit more exciting.
Because I'm pretty sure veterans like Anthony Rizzo, Bryce Harper, possibly Jose Bautista, they want that excitement back.
Right.
That's how they used to watch when they were kids.
Right. But really, baseball has been a game. If you hit a home run, you just go around the bases.
Right.
You don't. And now we have a new generation, mostly because you have a lot of.
I would be extremely happy. I'd be like, pitch better than me.
But what happens
you
is.
You threw at me, ball. You know what happened? I threw it 450
Baseball
feet.
is the American pastime.
Yeah.
Football is.
Well, technically, baseball has been around longer, and they like their players to act a certain way. But we have a lot of Caribbean players coming in, and the way they play the game in the Dominican Republic and other places is full of excitement. Yeah. So once they make the Major League Baseball, they want to bring that excitement to the game.
Yeah. And then
a lot of traditionalists are not really feeling that.
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of experts to the game are not really feeling that. It's sort of like when Allen Iverson, when he was in the NBA, had the baggy jeans, the do-rag.
Right.
The big, gigantic coat, for now we got to rock suits and
Right, so it's a cultural change.
Yeah.
And a lot of the big wigs are not feeling that. But we are feeling that.
No, we're definitely feeling that. I'm
to an extent. I still say you don't show nobody up. You show excitement.
Oh, like how in that Brave situation, it was 3 balls and he was looking for a walk, or it was 2 balls and they got a walk, but he let his bat down.
Yeah, and no, you don't point at the pitcher after you hit a home run.
Okay.
You don't do those kind of things.
You don't let your bat down too early.
So celebrate, but don't show the other guy up. I'll be with that.
Right.
You're listening to the sounds of the WATE, the world according to Eli.
So we are back.
Let's get into some NFL news.
Yes.
So the Panthers. Talk about the Panthers and versus Giants.
Panthers versus the Giants. I thought this was a good game.
I did too.
I thought the Giants had a chance to win this game.
Yeah, definitely. And I like the touchdown pass from Odell Beckham to.
That was trickery to Barkley. I thought that was great. Yeah. It's showing that they're trying different things.
Right.
A call or two, could have went the other way.
Definitely.
And Giants fans are probably sick about that.
I feel like too. Eli Manning looks old.
All right, let's talk about it.
He doesn't look the same. Granted, to me, he was overrated to begin with, but, he was always a decent quarterback.
He was an overrated quarterback that beat you guys in 2 Super Bowls.
Okay, but I feel like the credit he gets is like Doc Rivers with Phil Jackson. When Doc Rivers beat Phil Jackson, everybody put Doc as like the top 2 greatest.
I don't know why.
of all time because he beat Phil Jackson one time in the finals.
Yeah, Phil has 11 titles.
Right.
Yeah.
So Bill and Tom have 5. He beat us twice, whatever. Anyway, there was 2 critical moments in the game where he threw 2 picks, and it looked like he was just throwing it straight to the cornerback. The
cornerback. Yeah.
Cam didn't look too shabby. I mean, too
much better.
Too much better either. But I feel like he's younger. He's a more mobile quarterback.
Right, and to win this game, they kicked a 64-yard field goal.
Yeah, and I understand
63-yard. Okay.
Yeah, 63-yard. I understand the controversial because it was a 4th down. But even if it was a 4th down, it would have been either 67 or 63. It's a 4.
Well, 4 yards is a lot. That's a big difference.
Yeah, but I still made the kick. I was surprised that he made the kick because I wasn't.
Yeah, absolutely. So they lost on one of those incredible kicks.
They're 4-1 now. And they don't have a backup quarterback because they cut him.
Who did? You mean the Giants are 1-4?
Yeah, the Giants are 1-4. Sorry, the Giants are 1-4, and they don't have a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I think they need to sign Kaepernick. That's what word on the street is right now.
Yeah, but they got to just handle his contract.
Well, I mean, you need a quarterback. I'm not sure Eli Manning can make the rest of the year. I think Webb was their backup. So they have a backup, but the dude who was vying for the spot, last name Webb, was a good backup. They got rid of him for, I guess, a draft pick or something to that effect. So what happens now is Odell Beckham is he's throwing shade at Eli like this dude may be too old to get me the ball in spots that I need to thrive.
Right. Granted, their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah. So it's a systematic failure for the Giants.
Right.
And they need to get that together. What else are we talking about in terms of sports?
Browns versus the Ravens.
This was also a good game. This game went into overtime, and this, I believe, was Baker Mayfield's first start at home.
Yeah, home game, right.
He came in and won one game, but the start game, it went into overtime and it closed it off.
He threw for 342 yards.
That's a lot of yards.
1 touchdown and only 1 pick. Because last time he had 2 picks, and one of the picks was critical in the last week's overtime.
Right.
And they got the job done. They won 9-12.
What are they, 2-2-1?
They're 2-2-1.
They could easily be 4-1.
Yeah, they can easily be.
2 of the games that they lost.
They can easily be 4-0-1.
4-0-1.
Right,
Okay.
4-0-1.
Yeah. They can easily be that good. I still their schedule is tough. I saw the remaining games they have to play, and I'm only giving them 6 wins, maybe 7 if they're lucky.
Okay. And
Total. So they're not going to make the playoffs this year. Their defense is pretty good. I believe next year.
But they might make the playoffs for the tie. If it's like a.
Nah, I think the Bangles are 4-1. I think isn't who's else in that division? Steelers are going to win, Ravens. And the Ravens are going to be better. All those teams are going to be better than them.
Yeah, but look at how it's been going so far.
It's early.
Steelers are looking terrible.
Steelers are a...
they don't even have Bell back. They're not going to get Bell back until week 12.
But they are an iconic franchise. They will find a way...
The Ravens destroyed the Steelers, then they lose to the Browns.
They will find a way to be there in the end. I don't know if being there is taking them to the Super Bowl, but they will be in the playoffs.
Okay.
And Cincinnati, this might be their year. They look...
oh, God, don't say that. You just jinxed them, bro.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, they look good.
Didn't we... First of all, real quick on the Bengals. Don't feed into the hype because they're 4-1, and they've been 4-1 before. Mm-hmm. And then they'll go to playoffs and choke. Also, Marvin Lewis has to go. I don't know what his relationship with the owners and the GM is, but for some reason, he has not won a single playoff game.
Yeah, that is glaring.
And you always say this.
That is glaring on your record, absolutely.
And it always, they just...
And that's where your money is made and your legend is made, even as a coach.
I don't know what...
You have to be able to make game-time decisions.
Now, I believe 2 years ago, Andy Dalton was hurt for one of the playoff games.
Yeah, we remember.
I understand that.
But still, 15 years... You've been the coach there, and y'all haven't won 8 playoff games?
And your defense is great, but they're also dysfunctional.
Yes, which means they're undisciplined.
Right.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
We have the Rams versus the Seahawks, 33.
Division rival.
Yeah.
Great division game. Critical play.
Right.
It's
it was
fourth quarter.
4th and 1. Right.
4th and 1. And
they was going to punt it because...
The Rams were going to punt the ball.
And
they had no timeouts. Seattle had a timeout.
Right. And then Pete Carroll
called that timeout, and it gave the Rams time to think about what they wanted to do. They put the starters back on the field, and they ran for the 1 yard and ran the clock out because now they had no more timeouts.
My thing was, you could have saved that timeout for a 50-yard bomb.
Absolutely.
So you get to the 50-yard line.
Absolutely.
You're only down by 2, I believe.
Yeah, the score was 33 to 31.
Right, with a minute left. Could have threw a 50 and then kicked the field goal 134, 33. We'd be talking about different.
Absolutely. But once he called his timeout, the Rams was like, okay, now we just need to get that yard.
Right.
If we get that yard, they have no timeouts.
Right.
And they took a knee and they ran the timeout, and that was terrible on
Pete
Carroll's
I believe you did say that he was trying to. You thought it was like a more strategized.
I didn't like the strategy. I thought the Rams might have was going to fake the punt anyway.
Right, so that's why you called it.
And I thought maybe Pete Carroll looked at the setup and said, I got to call a timeout to get the right defense out there. And then once he called that timeout, they said, nah, he ain't got no more timeouts. We just need to get a yard. And they ran and got the quarterback sneak. It wasn't even a full yard. It was a half yard.
Seahawks ain't going to make the playoffs. I mean, I know they did.
No, the Seahawks were done after the Super Bowl. Whatever Super Bowl that was.
That was Super Bowl 59.
They were done.
I mean, 49.
Yeah, 49. They were done. The chemistry's gone. Earl Thomas is hurt now.
Yeah.
Sherman is out of there.
Yeah.
So, and Sherman caught a bad break because now he ain't got no quarterback. So I know he wanted to go up and thought the 49ers were on the rise. And
they still might beat them.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking about in terms of winning that division.
Oh, yeah.
So now that's out of the window due to the fact that Garoppolo is out for the season.
Right.
So now Sherman banked on himself.
And lost.
And basically lost.
We have the Chiefs versus the Jaguars, 30-14.
This was another game where
Jalen Ramsey?
No, the phenomenon, the quarterback, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He didn't throw no touchdowns in this game.
No, he didn't. But
he moved the chains enough.
And he had about 300 yards.
To put his team in position to win this game against a stellar defense.
Right. And I don't really know who won the battle between Hill and Ramsey.
Who won the game?
The Chiefs.
Okay, well, then I'm going to say he won the battle.
But they only threw it to him 2 times.
He won the battle. They won the game. He won the battle.
Okay.
Because the loss stings more.
Right.
Regardless of what I did or you did on the court.
That's true.
Y'all lost.
That's a good point.
So, again, they're 5-0.
They're 5-0. The Rams are 5-0. They will face each other November 19th. I don't think both of their streaks are going to last.
No, both of them streaks because the Chiefs have to now face the Patriots. And I think Belichick will show Patrick Mahomes some things he hadn't seen before.
Right. Like this.
He loves rookie quarterbacks.
And here's the thing, too, and we were talking about this off the camera. Bill Belichick is so smart that he'll make little mistakes. Yeah,
he overcoaches sometimes. He overcoaches the game.
So hopefully it doesn't happen.
But it's still going to make for a good... Is that a Monday night game or
Sunday night?
Oh, that's a Sunday night game. It will make for a good game?
Yeah. And Drew Brees breaks the all-time passing record.
Okay.
With 72... Hold on, I don't have my phone number.
72,000 something.
Right.
And he beats... He passed Favre and Peyton in the same night.
Game. Right. Because,
that just goes to show you how close 1 and 2 were.
Right, because he needed 6 yards to pass... Brett Favre scored that with a touchdown, and he only needed like 106 yards to pass me.
Right. So, congratulations to him. Let's clap that up. That was awesome.
And he is like he's chasing the touchdown record, but him and Tom are gonna both break that record.
Absolutely, that record will be broken sooner than later.
It's gonna be broken this year. So now let's talk about quarterback debate. So where do we see Brees? Like, where do you put him in your all-time list? Drew Brees had 72,103 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And Payne had 71,908. So
okay.
Broke that, and now everybody's talking about where do we rank Drew Brees in terms of the stats and championships in terms of the all-time.
In terms of all-time quarterbacks?
Yeah, all-time.
What do you think?
I put him Number 3, for me, with Tom, Manning, Peyton Manning, Brees, I would say Ben Roethlisberger, and I'm trying to think of a 5th one.
Well, we gotta.
I guess Aaron, but I don't know where Aaron Rodgers is in terms of the stat wise. I mean,
well, if we're talking all-time greatest, then you got to throw Joe Montana in there somewhere.
all right, so I'll put him 5.
Somewhere Joe Montana's gonna go in there. I agree with your list. I believe
because those 4 are like at least those are 4 Hall of Fame.
I would probably say again, Brady, Peyton, Brees.
Ben Roethlisberger.
No, I'm gonna say Joe Montana at 4, and number 5. Who do I put at number 5?
That 5th spot is hard.
All time. See, you got to go way back. Some of these quarterbacks from back in the day really did their thing.
Right. See, my list is
I might go Troy Aikman. He's got 3 Super Bowls. Dan Marino. Dan Marino, Dan Fouts. How about John Elway? John Elway won 2, lost 3. So that would be my 5 right there.
Right.
I would put John Elway in that mix.
My list is still working, but those 4 for me.
Yeah, I have no problem with that list. Brees maybe don't get as much credit because he hasn't won that many. He hasn't won multiples.
But he's only 2 right behind. He's only 1 more Super Bowl right
behind Peyton.
Behind Peyton and behind Ben Roethlisberger.
Well, we like multiple. We like our great quarterbacks to have multiple Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, I mean,
it means something. That's why Joe Montana is held in such high regard.
Right. Him and Tom Brady.
Him and Tom Brady are held in such high regard because they have multiples. That's why it was important for Peyton, as bad as he played, to still get that second one, so he could say at least I've won 2. But that does. But the regular season records beyond that, because Eli Manning has 2, but his regular season marks don't add up. So it's not just how many Super Bowls you won; it's the Super Bowls along with your regular season records that add up, and that's what pushes Brees to maybe number 4 behind Joe Montana, but 3, 4 you could switch those. I probably would go Montana 3, Brees 4, and Elway number 5. Yeah. Absolutely.
Eric Reid takes a knee.
Eric Reid took a knee, and this is interesting because remember, he was blackballed, or he felt he was being blackballed along with Kaepernick for taking the knee, but now he's back with the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers signed him.
And I thought maybe he would just come out and put his hand over his heart, or maybe stay in the locker room. Because that's also a choice that is now some of the players have the choice of staying in the locker rooms to get that done. But he came out and he took a knee and he gave a profound speech on why he did it and the struggles of African American men in this country. Next year marks the so-called 400th year. 1619 slavery began. Some people say, and now 2019 will make 400 years. The first ships coming to Jamestown, Virginia. So it is significant that we reflect on the time that the progress and lack of progress that we have made in this country. So him taking a knee, young black men are still being shot down.
Same energy. He was like,
he kept that same energy.
I'm not gonna change.
Let's clap that up. Well, we're not clapping. Clap, 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 clap. So he kept that same energy, and I thought that was really big on his part.
The Jaguars signed Jamaal Charles.
The Jaguars signed Jamaal Charles from Denver, who really had his best days
with the Kansas City Chiefs.
I always thought he was a solid back.
And
if he's not going to be their main back, somebody that comes in and gets them.
But I understand the move because Fournette is still not back from his hamstring.
Fournette, Fournette. He's not back from the injury, and we don't know how serious it is, but you're going to need backup insurance. I'm pretty sure it was a glaring weakness in the game against the Chiefs when they couldn't get a yard or 2 on the ground. So you bring in Jamaal Charles, probably still in great shape, and can come in and get them a yard or 2.
And Chargers owner Alex Spanos
passes
away at 95.
At 95 years old, he passed away. We give our condolences to him.
Right.
I didn't know how long he was the Chargers owner. The Chargers have been one of those classy franchises.
Yeah, I like them.
And, 95 years, he's lived a great life. I'm pretty sure he's seen a lot of football in his day.
Right. Made some great moves.
Now has the team out in Los Angeles.
Right.
So the future looks bright for them.
Yep.
And
send our condolences to the family.
Our condolences out to the family. Let's talk NBA action.
Okay, Dejounte Murray. Dejounte Murray tears his ACL.
Wow.
I think in the fourth or fifth preseason game. And it kind of sucks because it's a preseason game.
This was, I think, the last preseason game.
Yeah, and you don't need to play your starters. I feel like he's definitely one of the
yeah, but
I understand the tune-up, but
practice is essential. Because you have to get your mindset up to the speed of the game. Now, I'm pretty sure he wasn't going to play the entire game.
Right.
I'm pretty sure he was out there probably just getting a nice sweat, and then they was going to shut him down. Injuries cannot be avoided. Sometimes freakish accidents happen.
Right.
And to me, that's one of those things where, it's going to set the Spurs back because, he's an intricate piece.
Now it's going to take him 2 years to come back because he'll tune up in the first year. And then, the second year is done when you really come back.
Absolutely.
But he's still young. He's only 26, 27.
Right. So hopefully he can make a great comeback.
Jimmy Butler is still with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Now, I'm starting to think Thibodeau.
Blacked on Thibodeau for making this too long and active for way too much.
Absolutely. The process.
Just stalling, basically.
He told him to get his house in order, man. We don't do this. Either you're going to make the trade or you're not. And then you're asking for unreasonable amounts for him, which tells us you really don't want to trade him, but he don't want to be there. I'm not sure he can go in that locker room.
Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler. I'm not sure.
Might punch him in the face.
Yeah, it might get real violent. And they're already celebrating his departure, but he hasn't departed yet.
Right.
So I believe they're going to have to move him on the cheap. They're going to have to come down on their price. Miami seems to be the only team
that's really interesting.
That's really interesting.
I think the Knicks are betting on the offseason.
Right. The Knicks are probably
not trying to move any of their pieces.
If they don't have to give up any of their pieces, for the first time, the Knicks are making moves that seem to be intelligent.
And the Knicks are also, side note, they're also very interested in Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
They really feel strongly that they're going to get Kevin
Wouldn't
Durant.
that be a blockbuster move?
Yeah.
For Kevin Durant to go to one coast, LeBron stay on the other coast.
And possibly Irving.
And New York is, come on, man. New
too.
York is, I don't care what people say, it's a mega city. If that happens, we will be getting season passes to that.
And NBA GMs came out with a survey. They have 87% as Golden State winning the championship again.
I don't think that's a stretch. I don't think they're going to win it. I believe it's too stacked for them to win it. That the NBA is about surprises. The NBA is about underdogs.
Right.
I have Boston beating them in the finals in a close 7-game series. I believe Boston has the personnel to get out on the wings. I believe Kyrie Irving has already proven he can beat them. I believe Smart and Rozier are tough because when Cleveland beat them, they had those tough guards out there.
Blah, blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, 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 blah.
Well, that's my choice. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say if the Lakers meet them in the Western Conference Finals, they might take them out.
If was, okay.
Yeah. Facts.
Okay? All I know is we replaced the weakest part in our roster with the most dominant center in the league. This is an automatic dub.
Now, there is such thing as having a team too stacked.
Yeah.
And especially a guy like Cousins who needs the ball.
I feel like our downfall was already happened, which was the 3-1 lead in 2016. It's not going to happen again.
You think that was it?
Oh, you think that was it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, that's why we play the season.
I'm not saying we're going to run for another 5 years. This is pretty much going to be our last year. And depending on what the Lakers do next offseason, it might not be. Depends on what they get.
Okay, well, I think the safe bet is to say that the Warriors will win it. But if you're a gambling man, and I am not, then I would gamble against the odds because the returns on those odds are amazing.
Yeah, I understand that. The GMs also called Steph Curry the best point guard in today's game.
In today's game, I would have to agree with that. Not all time. We were having an all-time conversation. I don't think he's
I think he's
yet.
very close. I think he is very close.
Yeah. I mean, Magic Johnson to me is the best point guard of all time. Then you got to add Oscar Robertson. The game has changed somewhat. So Curry could move up that with another championship and putting the 3-point lead of, a 3-point.
And point efficiency is like
point efficiency and all of that kind of stuff. I think one more championship, I'm gonna bring him into the conversation.
Right.
They
also voted Steve Adams
as the toughest player in the NBA.
That's
I think it's tough because you look like you can hit him as hard as you want, and he ain't moving.
That's accurate.
Right.
But what about
LeBron James is number 2.
Yeah,
putting that on the list.
Understandable. What about Mozgov? Didn't we say Mozgov? Well,
yeah, but he doesn't get a lot of playing time.
That's true.
So we're talking about the guys who play a lot of minutes.
That's true. LeBron James has the most votes for MVP next year.
Potential for MVP?
30%.
Yeah, and behind that is
Kevin Durant.
At 27. So I think if LeBron really wants it, he can.
Right.
I think a championship would be more suffice for him to etch his name as the greatest.
But we all agreed that LeBron should have won it last year, no question.
Yeah. We understand.
No question.
But he's battling himself now. So his stats are always going to be that amazing, but then there are people who peak at certain times and it's time for them to get noticed.
Yeah.
But he's in a new coast. The Lakers only won 30 games last year. If they win 55 games, and you know what I mean, and he does his thing.
55 games, being the third seed, maybe number 2.
Then I think he wins the MVP.
Yeah, no question.
I think that's a 20-game leap, cross country, new coast.
Right.
Yes.
And they gave the Lakers best offseason.
Yes, best offseason moves. They said one of the most underrated moves in terms of player movement was Evans.
Evans to the Pacers.
To the Pacers. Okay, we'll see how that works out for them.
Yeah.
And what else do we have on that list?
That's it. We gotta go into.
The Warriors are right. The 87% chance to win that. And so now let's get into a little bit of culture.
Okay. XXX1 best new hip hop artist at the Hip Hop BET Awards. All
right.
On top of that, Vic Mensa. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Vic Mensa.
Dropped a cipher which he claims that came out before X passed away.
No, that's not true. He said he did the freestyle 2 weeks ago or a couple of weeks ago, and he did not foresee XXX mom's going to be in the audience, right. And he was apologizing for that, right. Not for the freestyle itself,
right?
Because it was about domestic violence,
right? And he was claiming that I'm not in support. He was basically saying, I'm not in support of you guys calling domestic violence abusers legends,
right?
Like,
right.
But he does have a criminal past as well.
Oh, he does,
because he did come on Breakfast Club and say he chose the girl out.
Okay, and he said he's a fan of Tupac. And now we know technically there's some who say Tupac really didn't do that, but he was charged for assault.
But along with Tupac and X, they both wasn't convicted of their crimes.
Absolutely. So Vic Mensa should have held off on that.
And it was basically, to me, I felt like he was just looking for attention. You're pinning something on somebody that you also committed.
Right. That's like the pot calling the kettle black. And so that wasn't a really good look.
Yeah. Cycle came out with a most time streaming list with
the all-time streaming list.
With Drake at number 1 with Scorpion with 767 million.
767 million streams. Wow.
Carter 5 with 433.
That shocked me. Carter 5 at 433 million streams.
And Post Malone's Bentleys and Beer Pongs and Bentleys at 431.
Okay.
Drake More Life with 385.
Right.
Astro World at number 4 with 350.
At number 5, you mean?
number 5. My bad.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar's "Damn" at number 341 million.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6, and then number 7, J. Cole, KOD, 323 million.
Those are a lot of streams, and streaming is fairly new.
Right. So
but this was an amazing list. The
Carter
Carter 5 really impressed me because that just dropped 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Or a week and a half ago, and for it to already,
but
that means that many people were waiting for that.
How many sales did you have? Because I had it around that amount.
It wasn't the amount of sales. It was I didn't know he would be number 2 all-time streaming.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I was impressed with.
Right.
With the Carter 5, and that situation pretty much worked itself out. Anything else in culture we got?
It's pretty light day.
All right, pretty light day with culture. Odyssey will be back on her job after she finishes her college applications, and
I'm proud of her. She's killing it.
Yeah, she's killing that on the college grind. So we respect that.
All right, let's get into week 5, man.
Let's get into week 5, man. Let's talk about some of these teams. I'm sorry.
Week 6.
This is week 6 of the NFL.
Yeah, this is week 6.
I am holding a small lead of
44 to 41.
44 to 41. So not bad. I'm 3 games up on Eli. All right. So as we move into week 6, we got that Thursday night game. We got the Eagles coming in the Giants Stadium. Both of these teams are struggling.
I got the Eagles.
You got the Eagles in that one? I, too, will take the Eagles in that one. I don't think the Giants have what it takes. We have the Buccaneers going to the Falcons. This is another divisional rivalry. The Bucs.
It's going to be Jameis Winston's first game?
No. Yes, I believe coming off the bye week. His first full game because he replaced Fitzpatrick in that other game. But they're going to Atlanta.
You're in the Falcons.
Got the Falcons in that one. I, too, have the Falcons in that one. I think the Falcons get it done at home. Panthers versus Redskins. Panthers didn't look too good against the Giants. Redskins lost, but they were up in New Orleans against the Saints. Redskins are at home.
Panthers.
You got the Panthers. Eli, I will take the Redskins at home in a close one. Seattle versus the Raiders. Seattle's on the road against the Raiders. Both of these teams struggling.
Give me the Raiders.
You got the Raiders in that one. I'm going to take Seattle.
They better not lose.
Colts versus the Jets. Jets at home. Jets coming off a big win against Denver Broncos.
Jets.
Yeah, I too will take the Jets. I think the Jets are going to turn the corner and do big things. Cardinals versus the Vikings. I think we'll both take the Vikings in that one. No issues there. Steelers versus the Bangles. This is going to be a goodie. Steelers are trying to let the Bengals know y'all not who y'all think y'all are. Bengals at home with an opportunity to maybe stretch their lead a little bit.
Give me the Bengals.
Take the Bengals at home. I'm going to take the Steelers. I just think they're a better team. Chargers versus the Browns. Chargers, Browns. This will be a big test. You know, your man...
Baker Mayfield?
Yeah, going up against Rivers.
Yeah, Rivers. I'm taking the Browns.
All right, you just lost. I will take the Chargers in that one.
The Chargers are iffy.
Yeah.
And I just voted for them to win the division. But
Bills versus Texans. The Bills pulled out a 1-point win.
Yeah,
and the Texans...
And your boy Watson might not even play.
Yeah, because he got some ribs.
Because he got hit hard.
But they're in Texas.
I'm taking... Who are they facing?
Bills.
Taking the Bills.
You going to take the Bills? I'm going to take the Texans at home.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think you was really watching the game. They looked really bad.
Yeah, I was. The Bears versus Dolphins. Bears. Eli's got the Bears.
Bears are going to do something this year.
I like the Dolphins in this one at home. Yeah. So, Rams versus Broncos. Rams. Eli's got the Rams. I, too, will take the Rams. Yeah, I'll take the Rams in that one. Ravens, Titans. Ravens, Titans. Ravens.
Who you got?
I am going to take the Titans at home.
All right, give me the Ravens.
You're going to take the Ravens. Jaguars coming into Dallas Stadium to face the Cowboys. Jaguars. Eli takes the Jaguars. Cowboys need a win. I'm going to take the Cowboys. Cowboys defense impressed me.
Jaguars defense is still
Bortles threw 4 interceptions, so I'll take the Cowboys. Chiefs, Patriots. I know you're taking the Chiefs. I mean the Patriots.
I'm about to say, don't play.
5-0 Chiefs. They always play the Patriots. Well, I'm gonna take the. I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs. And the Monday night games, the 49ers versus the Packers. Packers look bad, but I think the Packers will get that done because the quarterback for the 49ers.
How many scores?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, we back at 9 again.
9 games for you to cut into that lead.
We are back. Oh my God! As soon as you said that, my stomach hurt. But go ahead.
Here we go. So Eli, where can we be reached?
We can be reached on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, iTunes, Snapchat, and follow me on YouTube. All at the Wait Podcast. Yeah, you know who it is. I'm your host, Eli.
I'm just Dad. Tune in next week for more music, sports, video games, and culture. We out of here. Peace.
You are now tuned in to the #1 podcast in the world, The Wait, the world according to Eli. Music, sports, video games, and culture. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the host of our show, Mr. Eli.